All right, hey, how's it going, you guys? It's ChristianBois here. I'm Nico, and this is Niles. And you
Did you
might be
get?
wondering, wow, Nico, it was like your last video. You were in a nice room. What happened here? We're on vacation, and I was in the bedroom and I was recording, and then my mother came, and she was going to lay down, and so I got thrown into a sauna. So I'm currently in a sauna recording this.
Oh,
So yeah, if it sounds a little echoey, I'm sorry. It was either this or the bathroom. So with that being started, yeah, Niles, take it away.
all right. So we're going to go into a verse today, as we always do. And today's verse is: if you have your Bibles near you, you want to step away for a second, get your app out, or if you're watching this on your phone, go find a Bible, or borrow someone's phone. It is in Joshua chapter 1, verse 5. And again, I have the NIV edition, and I'm assuming that you would too. But I'm going to go and read it for us here. So if you want to follow along now, you can do it. And it says, "No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you." And Nicholas, since you wanted to choose that verse right there, I'm going to go in and let you explain what that's saying to you right there.
That's actually one of my favorite verses, and when I read that verse, I think one of the things that really sticks out to me, especially as you just read it right now, is that God is our heavenly Father. I think I imagine it's like elementary school, and I'm getting bullied, and I'm telling my dad, I was like, my mom, it's like this so and so's bullying me. What am I gonna do, And they step in, they talk to the principal, they talk to the teacher, and no one shall be able to stand up against you all the days of your life. Just as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. And I think a lot of the times, and this is in the Old Testament, and I feel like a lot of times we see God's character, and we think, oh, God of the Old Testament is different from the God of the New Testament. No, God of the Old Testament, God of the New Testament, like I said, I'm still saying, it's like they're both the same God, and
Exactly.
that God loved the people in the Old Testament, and that God loved the people in the New Testament. He had the same heart and the same love and the same desire to save those people and protect those people as he does now. And that's what people don't understand. They think, oh, we have a judgeful, hateful God in the Old Testament. No, he loved them. They just needed a different way of understanding. And that's what it took me a while to understand, because I used to think that way.
Sure. And, I definitely agree with you. And I really think God can show us that he's for us by using others around us, like how your mom or your dad, went to the teacher and principal and stuff. And, and I've had cases of that too, where, we've always, as we grow up, whether it's elementary school or any part of our life, we might be in this kind of insecurity state of mind. And, of course, God's going to see that. And if, we reach out to God and if we ask God, we need your help, to feel your presence, to know you're actually standing up for me. He's going to use those around you if you allow that and stuff. That's how I look at that. And I've learned within the 6 years that God can really help you through other people, whether it's just through a simple conversation, or it's just I met this new person at church, or I met this new person at work, and they're really helping me through different things, whether that's with small related things, whether it's personal issues and they can relate to it. It's just amazing how God can use those unsuspecting people to help you build yourself up, or you might even be that help with someone you don't even know it, which it's just an amazing thing how how you can look at that and all. And especially where it says, God never leaves you or anything like that. I have a friend who looks at nature and he can see God through nature, which that's fine, because that's part of his creation. You look at you and I and stuff, we're part of that creation too. And where it says, I will never leave you, it really, to me, how that is, it's just, you can look at nature and you can look at all these other things and how the birds are provided. Is it comfortable in there? Let me ask that.
No, it's horrible.
Fine.
Continue. Sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, it's okay. Okay, I just thought you were gonna pop your back. Anyway, you look at the birds, and they're always provided. They're being provided food from day in day out, and God will never leave. And it's the same for us. God will provide us what we need, whether it be another friend or a group of friends, or just that one conversation with that one person where we get that encouragement from. You know. But props to you for that being one of your, all-time favorite verses. And, I kind of forgot about that verse, but I'm glad you reminded me of it, because a lot of days, especially in 2020, it's so much needed that we need to remember, that we have this amazing God that's always going to watch out for us, no matter, what's going on in our lives. And we just need to remember, if we ask God, for that help to, get that encouragement going, He'll give it to us, in a big way or a small way, whether we know it or not. So.
Exactly. Very well spoken. Also, one of the topics we wanted to discuss was Christian movies. How do you guys, drop it off in the comments, but how do you guys feel about Christian movies? I feel like, for me, it's like, and I don't know how now, but if a Christian movie is well developed, then there's something to be said about it. But you can't just label it as a Christian movie and not have good content on it, right? If the acting is horrible, right? I don't care if it's a Christian movie or not a Christian movie, right? You need to have good acting skills, right? It's part of it. I'm not going to spend an hour and 20 minutes watching a movie, even if it is about Christians, if it's not good content. It's like VeggieTales, the old VeggieTales had great content, and now the new VeggieTales doesn't have God in it. So am I going to watch it? No, of course not, right? It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, how do you feel?
Oh, are you back for a second? You're fine. You're good. I see your face. You're here. That's good. But anyway, I totally agree with you on that, because even if it's not a Christian, those B-rated movies out there that is just really poorly put together and stuff like that, just to make a quick flick and stuff like that. It might have a message, it might not. It was just a really bad visual entertainment thing. But going back to putting a message within a movie, like, again, a Christian movie, since that's the main point of this part right here, is, you take God's Not Dead, for example, and have you seen God's Not Dead?
Yeah.
And, in my opinion, there's, I've seen bits and parts of it, and the parts I've seen, it's, in my opinion, it's got good acting to it, how I look at it. And there's other Christian movies like, and right now I can't name any of them because I don't remember, but it's how I look in the early days when, a lot of Christian directors, came out of the woodworks. They were just kind of, unfortunately, cringy movies, more or less. The message was there, it was thrown to you, but the acting and everything else was just like kids bop. It's like,
yeah.
I like the original actor or the original, singer, but when you throw this amateur in there, what are you doing? And a lot of Christian actors started out as really poor amateurs, in my opinion. And Christian movies are just kind of a huge turnoff, even to, Christians and stuff. But you look at God's Not Dead, and you look at that one about the kid who fell through the ice and stuff like that. Like, it's, I don't know, was it Unbroken? But you know which one I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the comments, if you know which one I'm talking about, I'm going to look it up here in a little bit. But drop the name of the one where the boy fell through the ice and, he came back alive, which is honestly a miracle, which it is. But it's really important that if you're going to deliver a message, you got to have good actors. You have to have good production. You can't just, it's like a pastor. A pastor has to be interactive, has to be good, down to earth. It can't just be, here it is. It's like you got to relate to the guy, got to relate to the movie, got to be entertained, but at the same time, you have to see that point of, oh, there's a message, and I'm going to stick with this because it's got the visual appeal to it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. I'm going to look up that movie now. Here we go. I think it's Unbroken. I'm not too sure. Unbreakable. No, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to look it up. So, you guys, if you can figure out what that movie is, if the kid falls through the ice and there's that one famous actress who's the mom, let me know. Let us know in the comments. It's greatly appreciated.
And you could win a free smoothie. No, not really. If we get 2 million likes, I'll send you a free smoothie.
There it is.
Maybe.
Anyway. Yeah. But so if there's any, directors out there that are thinking of, getting into the game of doing a gospel movie, got to make it good. Got to make it visually appealing. Got to make it good actors, good narration. Make it like a normal movie, but, put the message in there. That's just what I'm saying. And a lot of movies these days that are Christian movies have gotten better that way. So.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's definitely true. And then the next topic, how do you feel about Trump's ban on TikTok? It's not really Christian related, but it's what's trending right now. What's your stance on it? Do you feel like it should be banned?
Well, see, the thing is with that, I mean, you look at all the other social medias out there, and I'll come back to TikTok in a second, but you look at like Twitter, for example, and you compare that to Facebook. Those are two different platforms, right? And from my understanding, there's a lot more hate and a lot more just nasty stuff on Twitter. It's easier to get involved and the negative side of the social media world on different platforms and stuff. But it's funny. We allow videos of like say major like bullying topics or just pure hatred more or less of a person like Donald Trump, for example, or the hatred of BLM or whatever and all that to sprout on Twitter versus on Facebook. And again, I'm not like an analytical reporter or anything like that, so I'm just going off pure opinions of a consumer of what I've seen. That on Facebook, it's kind of more that hate and all that monitor versus it is on Twitter and all that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be serious. Where are we going now? Anyway,
Continue.
I will. So anyway, we're gonna come back, and I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but when it comes to Facebook and Twitter, two different social media platforms, and obviously they're each their own rivals. But going to TikTok, it's just it's developers. My foot's awake.
She's awake.
You think she'll come back out?
I'm trying. I'm just watching my sponsorship right here of the Chicago Bears. No, I'm a bad sports guy right here. Anyway, I'll wait and sit back down right now. If you guys are thirsty, go out to Target, go out to Sam's Club, buy some sparkling ice. We're not sponsored, but this stuff is pretty good. Watch me drink it. You'll enjoy it. There we go. That's good stuff. And this flavor I'm having, cherry limeade, good stuff, made by God, made by humans. Amazing company. They even support a breast cancer research. I can't remember right now, but they support it. Okay. Are we good?
3%.
Okay. All right. Are we in the hallway?
We're in the bathroom.
That's okay. That's all right, guys. If you're watching this in the bathroom at 3 a.m, give us a like, a subscribe, and a share. We would greatly appreciate the familiarity of being in the bathroom while watching the podcast versus being on your TV or on your phone on the way to work. Yeah. Let me just wipe the tears away here for a second. Okay. So, we're not going, but in life we can't edit the things out, so we're just gonna stick with it because that's what we have to do.
The acoustics are beautiful here.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend to hear that. Okay, that's a bright light. Ooh, so if you're just tuning in right now. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Let's drink again. Here we go. Oh man. That went on my nose. I feel like I'm crying.
This is quality content right here.
Good thing I'm not in a $5,000 studio. I get everything wet here. Okay.
Oh,
so.
I'm like a $2,000 bathroom.
I bet you are. Those Nevadan boys sure know what to do, don't they? Okay, so.
Whatever viewers we had, now they're gone, bro.
They'll come back 2 years later, I'm sure. Okay, we got 8 subscribers. Let's make it 16, shall we, lads?
We
Okay.
have 8 subscribers.
Shout out to those 8 subscribers. Give yourselves a round of applause for sticking with us for our second podcast.
Oh, when we get to 1 million, you're one of them.
Rocking. We'll be rocking.
Oh gosh.
So, if God isn't laughing, God is probably laughing with us. But
God is like cracking up.
He is. If there's a thunder in the Africans or the Netherlands, that's why. You're welcome. Hopefully, we got you guys some rain.
Hey, God, we have a drought. I have a joke, though.
You're like the platypus. We're talking about that in my children's ministry. Okay, TikTok. Do I think it should be banned? No, I don't think it should be, because there's not enough significant proof. Maybe there is. I don't know. Again, I'm not an analytical researcher or anything of that nature. That no, because to me there's not enough proof that China is looking at our information. Me as a citizen, I'm not a politician. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even a lawyer. Thank God, you're right. But I am the scientist for Vacation Bible School, though. When I do children's ministry, science is a very important part of it, isn't it? As you should know, because you could have helped me before in the past with that. Anyway, though, I don't think it should be, because it's a wild year. It really is, because 2020, you had riots going on, you had this, and now the president, no offense, is fighting over an app. Just a small little app. And sure, it can be bad because technology is a new weapon. It's getting bigger, it's getting faster. And who knows? Maybe they're looking at different information of, like, say, the daughters or the sons of politicians or government officials. And maybe there's some way snooping in there because, China has been known, to copy a lot of things, to look into a lot of things that it shouldn't. And we have been too, because espionage, CIA, the KGB, even though that's no more a thing. Thank goodness. Is it though? Is the KGB still a thing? Do you know?
I have no idea, bro. If they're still around, they're doing a good job.
There is, just like our FBI agents, right? But that's another topic. But there's just, I don't know, because there's people who have jobs on TikTok. And like on YouTube, there's people who make their living doing YouTube, right? Because you have, PewDiePie, you have all those others that I could name, but I'm not going to because, I can't get them out right now. I'll name 2 more. You have Matthew Santoro and you have Vanos, even though he's living in England.
You have ChristianBois.
Exactly. The newest channel out there that is supreme. We make our own memes. We make our own laughing tracks, as you just saw. So if you feel free,
our studios are peak.
$2,000 bathrooms, a standard living room with a good back drape.
What other place do you know where you can record in a bathtub?
Oh, I know. I mean, it's a big bathtub. Holy cow, that's big, man.
It's a huge bathtub.
I believe it, but I don't know. To me, there's just not a lot of proof for me that as a common, consumer that there isn't. Yeah, there are shady stuff about TikTok, from my understanding. There kind of is. There has to be, because not saying because it's from China or anything like that. And if any Chinese official happens to watch this, good job of being what you are. Right.
You're picking a YouTube channel with 8 subscribers. Great job.
But let me ask you this though, Nico. When it comes to like going back to Twitter and Facebook, why do you think Twitter allows so much more hate, in your personal opinion? I don't know if you look into it or not, but why do you think they allow so much more hate and just like distasteful stuff to be on there versus Facebook? What does Mark Zuckerberg do that guy can't?
That TikTok can't?
No. So you have Twitter, right? I don't know if you're on Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter. I know what you're talking about.
That's okay. You are. Wait, would you? Let's use. Weird. Yeah. Let's drink some more.
Cheers.
Could do bathwater. That's disgusting. Never mind. Whoa. Anyway, you have TikTok, right?
I got 2%. That's what I got.
2% of what?
Battery life. If you ever see like this an unprofessional video, this is like one of the most unprofessional podcasts I've ever seen.
Maybe we should move to Spotify. Maybe that's what we should do.
I tried. You have to be popular.
We are popular in God's eyes. Okay, you need to know that. Real talk.
God doesn't own Spotify right now.
But real talk, though. Hold on. Let me say this. For every even if you're not, not a believer out there, and if you come across this, you need to know for a fact that God knows, right? He knows you like the stars. He sees the planets. He's named all the planets, and he hasn't named you because your mom or dad named you, but he knows you. He knows you by the name that your mom and dad gave you, which is just an amazing thing to think about. And if you're feeling alone anytime, just ask God to show himself, and before you know it, he will either show yourself through a friend, through a conversation, through the Bible is a great place to start. Just thought I'd throw that in there because it's a very beautiful thing to know. Yeah. Anyway,
I think when it comes to TikTok, I don't know. I've been using it a lot more recently, and it's just such a wonderful outlet of just I don't know, for Christians even, no, I don't know. Just like I'm seeing all these Christian people and they're asking, or non-Christians, and they're asking about God, or they're asking for prayer, and it's like that's what it could be used for. You have all these social media outlets, it's like these are the things that we could use it for. Like why does it have to be about dirty dancing, and why does it have to be about crude comments and harsh, I don't know. There's so much more that we could be using this for. We choose not to.
And I totally I get that. And I think because, I was told, and see, for my church, and it's Freedom Motorcycle Church in South Dakota, Rapid City, I do devotional, for the kids that, can't come to church right now because, quarantine and all that, right? And I was told it's such a modern way to reach out to the younger generation through those social media platforms, and that's what I've seen. And it's so true, like you're saying. And you can make a simple video, just to a minute long, that can explain an entire Bible story. You can sum it up and just make it so much more simple, which I've seen you do it, and I've seen, other TikTokers do it. And I totally agree. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, what were you going to say?
But what I was going to say is, of course, you're going to have that side of, TikTok or YouTube, or when Vine was a thing, that, like you said, is, the, sinful side, dirty dancing and all that jazz. But again, we can push through that. You can push through that with your content, all the others that you follow, the ones that you've collabed with, or have you collabed with any? Do you know?
I do edit some. I haven't really collabed with any.
That's fine. But yeah, it's such a good idea. It's basically a modern tool. It's such a great tool to use, is what I'm saying, and I support it. But again, those are those weird guys out there with the conspiracy theories, and nothing to hate on you guys or anything. It's just, if that's your hobby, that's your hobby. Like, this is a really great hobby you and I are doing. What?
I said pick a new hobby.
Oh man, yeah. Anyway, so with that in mind, I'm gonna move to another subject real quick. Are you a soda drinker? Do your family drink soda?
Yep.
Yeah. So what's the deal with Pepsi and Coca-Cola? Why can't they just get along?
Competition. I think it's kind of like with anything, right? If you have rivalry.
Yeah.
Your product gets pushed more.
You're right.
If Pepsi and Coca-Cola got along, right, then what does that mean for each company? It's kind of like when you see baseball fans and you have the LA Dodgers and you have the San Francisco Giants and they hate each other, but that sparks rivalry, and that sparks, this I don't know, this passion for the game. You know, yeah, I don't know. I think whenever you have arguments, it sparks passion. If you have political sides, it sparks passion. And then you just become more devout towards it. Um, I don't know. You just get a feel for it, like it's your family, And like for us, we like Coca-Cola, but more recently Pepsi.
Oh,
But yeah, it's just also a great conversation starter.
you're right. You're right. It is. And, then you look at it, those are the top brands. Those are the big brands, right? And then they have the sub models and stuff like Fanta with Coca-Cola. Then you have Mountain Dew that somehow is with Pepsi. I think Mountain Dew should become their own entity. They become their own thing.
I think Coca-Cola is going to own them all one day.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Just I don't know if you can hear it or not, but might want to turn those notifications off. This is what I'm saying. But anyway, moving on. You hear that vibration? Because I'm hearing it. I'm sure the viewers will be hearing it too.
I turned it off.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
You know what I learned? I'm just like this super unprofessional podcaster, and I'm like, you're over there, you got this nice background, you got like a full friggin' battery going on there, like, and all this stuff, and like I got like this backwards cap. I'm recording in saunas and in the bathroom and like right next to a charger. And like, what is this? I don't understand.
You have to realize Paul wasn't in the right conditions either. I'm not comparing.
He wasn't in the bathroom with a backward baseball cap talking into like echoes.
But he echoed his ministry. He echoed his ideas of Jesus.
No, bro. If you look at the beginning of Paul when he's still Saul and they introduced him, he's totally bad, bro. Like he's this cool dude. Like I don't understand. Like it's like these people were laying down their coats for this Pharisee, and like he was like top notch and all this stuff. And even throughout the Bible, he's this hardcore dude, who has all this Bible knowledge. I don't care if he was a tent maker, bro. Like and like I'm over here and I got like my little stereotypical Christian cross necklace, right? Which I like it, but then like my Cubs shirt. I don't even watch the Cubs, and I got this Bass Pro Shop because I go fishing, and it just it's like what is?
Look, let me see. There's a guy. Shout out to the guy Joe Rogan. He's very controversial. I'm just gonna leave it at that. He has a studio. He has his own guy who researches stuff. But you and I are cracking it. We're pumping it out. We're doing it grand. You're on the other side of the United States. No, we're not. We're like halfway. We're like halfway. And someday I'm sure we'll be in the same studio, when this reaches 20 million or something like that. But that's a big number. But anyway.
That's a big number. Did I mean to say 20 million? I meant to say 20.
We have a cat right. I have a cat right here. You can't see it, but she's right here. I don't know if she's gonna like walk in front of this or anything. If she does, then there you go for your cat fans out there. But but yeah, I understand. But see, you're on the travel, and this is okay. Sometimes we have to do these things where we're in the bathrooms or steam.
We improvise, y'all. All right, you just gotta know that. There you go.
Okay. I don't know what she's doing now, but But no, I understand how it's a dilemma. Maybe you feel like it's a dilemma, but I don't feel it is. I think it's fine. It shows the true nature, the down to earth that we have.
The unprofessionalism is a classic.
This is why maybe Spotify needs to pick us up. Just imagine.
Exactly. Pick us up before we get too big, bro. Before we buy Spotify.
For real, man. Come on. But, got to get that RSS feed, wherever that is, but we'll figure it out. Anyhow, though, so I hear you're fishing more, right? And that's true. So why do you enjoy fishing? For the people that are out there that are watching this, that are fishermen too, what's your joy?
Man, I did it to distract myself from my breakup. But then also it's the fellowship, bro. When it's cool to catch fish, but just being out there in nature with God, you
Yeah.
know, and then I go fishing with my pops, and it's fire. It really is. You know, yeah, there's hardly ever a time where I don't meet someone new, you know, or I meet someone and we're talking about fishing, and, you know, it just, even like fishers of men, you know, it's like, I think that's part of the reason why Jesus put that there. You know, you'll become fishers of men, because fishers of men, you know, when you're fishing, you're socializing, you know, and you're talking to people, and you have the right timing to talk about God, you know, and to truly see where people are at, you know. But you just have to be bold about your faith. We had this one guy, this one kid, he was maybe 10, 12 years old, and we went fishing, and we didn't know the kid, and he comes over and he tells my dad, he's like, so if y'all don't mind me asking, what church do you guys go to? You know, if you guys go to a church, you know, and I'm just like, dude, I was like, you're 10 to 12 years old and you're asking us that. Like, how powerful is that? You know,
That's
it's
real.
just, it's amazing. It really is.
That's awesome. And I can't say I've had many experiences with that in fishing in the Black Hills and all. Maybe it's because Midwestern fishermen are kind of secretive about their special spots and stuff like that, and all that incognito stuff when it comes to fishing. But I totally understand the fellowship by it. Even if not many words are said, you're sharing a connection with someone, whether it's your grandpa, your pops, a brother, or even a cousin who throws the entire fishing pole in the lake because it was his first time and he got really excited. You're just sharing that connection, and I get that. And there's that silent fellowship about it, and you're truly in God's creation, an amazing thing. It really is.
Exactly.
I mean, huh?
I said exactly, yeah.
And there was this one time when I was fishing, and let's see, when was it? Let's see. I think it was like maybe 10, maybe 12, that same age as that one kid that came up to. And I was casting, and I finally got the hang of it. I was one of the local lakes, man-made lakes and stuff. Canyon Lake. Shout out to Canyon Lake, good lake. A lot of different bodies of water there, kind of thing and all. But I threw the hook, and I caught myself. I caught myself in the back shoulder. Didn't go in or anything like that. I was just kind of afraid. What do I do? I don't know if you've been in that situation yet, because you're still new to fishing and all, right? How many weeks have you been fishing?
Like 2 months.
Okay, nice. But yeah, I don't know if I don't think I was afraid or anything like that. I was just kind of nervous, And of course, the friend I was with kind of helped took the hook out of my back shirt and stuff, and I was fine. But I don't know. It was a good moment. I caught like 2 fish after that, so I don't know if the scent from my clothes helped with that or anything. It probably didn't, but
Oh yeah, the Niles bait. Yep, that's what it's all about.
Fish out there that'll just kill you. There's fish out there that'll just rip you apart, and you got to be careful with this. So if you can take that knowledge and apply it to fishing, not so much as fishers and men, you got to be careful.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about the bathroom thing. I'm sorry.
Well, would you want to show our viewers what this $2,000 bathroom looks like?
You put me on the spot, brother. That's what you did.
I did, my friend. Amazing.
I'm on the counter.
Professional. Let's go. Nice. So, shout out to Nevada hotels. I'm assuming a resort with their fancy dancy bathrooms and their good old glass furniture. Not glass furniture, but you get the idea. Good job. Let's
go. And then the next thing, I don't know what it is about Christian women, Christian girls, but I'm seeing on TikTok, and I know it's a joke, but it's weird. They have this joke, and it says, get yourself a man who can sing, who is tall, who is, loves his hairbrush, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then it shows a picture of Larry the Cucumber. like, what is that supposed to mean for the rest of us Christian men out there? Like, how
Yeah,
are we supposed to compete with that?
yeah. And see, I think if I remember correctly, you brought that, to a small point in the last one we did, first episode. And I haven't come across it yet on TikTok or anything like that. We got like 45 days until, hammer comes down, as what I've heard. But it's a weird stereotype, and I don't know if that means that for Halloween, the majority of us Christian men should dress up as Larry the Cucumber and see what happens.
And get the ladies.
Yeah, I can't sing by myself, but I can sing in a duet in a crowd in a congregation. Can you sing?
I can sing for the Lord.
Amen. Let's go. You're not on the worship team, but you're singing for God. That's the best.
I'm singing in the back row. Yes, I am.
Right.
I can do a good country accent, though.
Give us an example, if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay. This is supposed to be a Christian version. But this is the only Christian. This is the only country song that I can do it. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. We can go to church real slow. You know we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand that I've been thinking about it all week long. Never felt a feeling quite so strong. The Holy Spirit really turns me on. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about it all week long. And so and so.
That's amazing right there. Accent singing. It's an amazing thing. Amazing thing you can put together. I can't do a country accent because, and I'm sorry if I hurt anyone, but I'm not too fond of country. There's some songs that I will like, but then it's just like,
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's a weird stereotype in it. You said it's a joke. It's fine. But there's going to be that one St. Peter out there that takes it literally. And he's going to shave his head and he's going to try to get extensions in his legs, maybe. And he's going to dye his skin green from a major body tattoo. And that's not something you need to do, And he's going to get gap teeth, buck teeth and all, hop around on his legs. It's unfortunate. It really is. But the trend that I came across not too long ago, actually this is way back, and this is really wild. This is really off topic. People were putting donuts in their foreheads.
In their what?
In their foreheads. Like they were getting, Botox, they can, puff up the lips. They were putting that in their forehead. And it's weird how body modification trends can come and go. I think they should just all go. Because I don't understand the idea of having something like that in your forehead or vampire teeth. That's your thing. That's your thing, I guess. I can still maybe make a relationship with you and all, hang out, get some coffee, and go table tennis or something.
Blood.
Yeah, if you're O negative, you're special. They're gonna want you. But yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre. Like you're from California, so what trends have you seen that are kind of predominantly just in California that are just absolutely wild, that don't go anywhere else, that just stay there?
Oh man, I don't know. Some weird stuff in California.
Oh, I'm sure.
I had a good joke, but I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. That's fine. No, we can't get banned.
No. Oh, I see people wearing this weird thing. It's like a face covering that goes around about right here, and it's funny because it's like, I don't know, everyone was wearing it at one time and now they all stopped wearing it, and now it's like it's a permanent body modification. It's like you have to wear it everywhere.
That's so. The kids in elementary school were really top notch when they did this. They would walk through the hall like this for whatever reason, and it's like they just knew that was going to come a thing, and
it prevents cooties and it prevents COVID-19. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Exactly. as long as, yeah, too bad it can't prevent communism, because that's just bad stuff. Bad stuff.
You said communism?
I did drop the hard C.
Oh, for sure.
Sure, yeah. But again,
Did you hear about those two TikTokers who try to fake? It was stupid. They faked robbing a bank for one of their videos.
I saw that on the news actually today. I saw it. Yeah, and that's wild. That's just a bit too much.
They're getting 4 years in prison. They might get 4 years in prison.
That's insane.
The
But
things you do for fame, it's too much.
For the clout, man, for the clout. And see, recently I had a kid telling me what clout was, because I'm an old man, I didn't know. And I'm like, I've never heard a kid say clout before. It's just insane to hear, And yeah, I get you, because Vine went through that. People were doing weird Vine stuff, crazy stuff, and TikTok is going through that stage of being absolutely wild. And look at that, we got our camera positioned. I like that. That's good. Shout out to the counter that you put that on there.
It's the door handles or the handles for the cabinet.
Amen. Gotta be that. But yeah, trends can be kind of weird. They can be dangerous. Some are pretty good. Some are, there needs to be a good Christian trend. And I'm not sure what that would be. It'd be cool to find out, to come up with a Christian trend that even people who might be wondering what to do could come up with something like that,
And that's definitely true. One that doesn't involve robbing banks and loving a cucumber. I mean, I know I'm not all that, but I'm better than a cucumber. I like to think so.
Yeah.
I'm probably 90% water, like the cucumber, but still.
What?
Carry on. What were you gonna say?
I want to say you're a body of flesh and organs and bone, and you can talk. You can move that. So
exactly. And if they can't love me for that, it's like. No, because I was sitting down and I sat on a bullet shell because we went shooting the other day and I wanted to keep one as a souvenir. And yeah, I don't know. I think we don't talk about it as much, but we might talk about it more during the presidential debates. Or the nominations. But just gun control. I know it's a little sketchy, but I feel like if guns are okay as long as they're used in the correct manner. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Like if they're used for shooting practice, or if they're used to protect your home, that's totally different, and I feel like it's necessary, especially with everything that's going on. But at the same time, we see people misusing it, and it deters, and we see these shootings and we see all this different stuff, and it's either, you're super scared, or it's just, I don't know. It's a crazy time we're living in.
Well, let me ask, and I'm not sure. I think this is the first time I covered this with you, but was it your first time shooting a gun at a range or what?
Mm-mm.
No.
I've done it before.
Okay, cool. And I have two and stuff, and I understand what you're saying, and if it was really interesting during the pandemic, really got big, guns are going like hotcakes. I don't know if it was any different in California or anything, but here, a lot of sales are up, and sure, it was probably due to what you were seeing on the news with, not to hate on the protesters or anything, but with that kind of stigma that was going on, right? And it is a common fear, not a common fear, but it's a common desire to want to protect your home, right? To protect those protect yourself even. And yeah, recreational shooting is a really great activity. It's just like golf, or it's just like racquetball if you want to be a part of that, and that's fine, And I'm pro gun. Would you say you're pro gun?
Yeah.
And excuse me. And it's a good thing to be that way. And you don't have to be, or anything like that. But I think you need to understand that, like a kitchen knife, you can misuse a kitchen knife in 100 different ways. And you can misuse a gun in 100 different ways, right? Which is, a sad thing it is. And you got to realize it's true. But if you're trained in the right way, if you're understood, you're going to be fine. It's like taking a motorcycle safety course. You might be afraid of bikes. You don't understand why people do it or anything. But then if you take the course just to see that what it's all about, you're gonna have a better understanding with it, So if you know someone that's afraid of, a 9mm versus an AR, take them out to the range and let them just experience it for themselves. Let them understand that it's a simple thing to take care of. Yes, it's devastating at times, but it's not always going to be that way.
No, exactly. I think that's totally true. Yeah, I don't know, I just think, yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. Crazy time equals more sales, though, is what I've noticed. And that's fine. If that's your company, good for you. But it's a weird how that works, how that happens.
I think that sauna jacked up my back.
A solid what?
The sauna jacked up my back.
Oh, go turn it on. No.
Yeah. I'm taking my mom to the chiropractor on Sunday, for her birthday. And then we're going to get our backs readjusted. So we might talk about that in the next podcast. But have you seen those videos? Like where they just pop your back in like 20 different ways. It's pretty sad.
Yeah. But the thing is, for me, when I get back massages, it's very rarely when I do. I can't do a deep tissue massage. I can't stand it. Now a light cat massage, that's probably the best way for me to go. But I don't get massages that often. So I can't really have any room to speak. But yeah, definitely let us know how that went. If you would recommend it, if you do it on a daily basis, if that can part of your life, maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Oh, it'll be pretty expensive, yeah.
It is, yeah, for real.
But when we hit 20 million subscribers, maybe I'll do it every day.
Well, would you prefer, let's see, if there was a career choice, like if it wasn't a pastor, a back masseuse or a chiropractor? Like, you work with different things at the chiropractor, you just go to the back, you charge those big prices. But what would you do?
Chiropractor.
Okay. Makes sense. Understandable. Help those people out with the necks and the others.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, if I was to get married, I wouldn't feel comfortable being a masseuse for people.
Yeah.
Just
kind of touchy.
Get kind of sketchy, And
Yeah.
then I don't know, I want to tell my wife, hey, yeah, I was a masseuse, and all this stuff. And they're just like, oh, is that so? It was like, you can do that for all these people, but you can't do the dishes, And I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I get you.
But a chiropractor, hey, I popped this person in the back, it's a lot more safe.
Or you pop their wrist like that, yeah.
Or you doing this?
Hey, I can't do that, but something like that, yeah. Charge people $5 to pop their knuckles for them during the fair time. Yeah. Oh man. It's a thing somewhere, I'm sure. It has to be. But anyway, just I recently read an article where it's just that's a lie. No, I've not recently read an article. No, that's I'm sorry, that was. But I have recently drank this, and it's empty, and it's bad. I spilled out of my mouth earlier, but it happens. It happens. So, Bass Pro Shops, tell me about it.
I'm not so much of a Bass Pro Shop. I like their hats, but I like Shields. I went there earlier this week, and it was beautiful, bro. I don't know. You don't have to be a conservative or a liberal. You just, if you enjoy nice shops, that's what it's there for. You got hunting, you got fishing, you got a candy store, you got a Ferris wheel, you got all these different things all in just this one area. How beautiful is that?
Yeah. And I enjoy it. Where I am at and stuff like that in South Dakota, we don't have a Ferris wheel or anything, but we probably got 95% of the things that your Shields does, which is, it's an amazing store. It is. They got a great selection of socks. They got the good shoes, and Target is another great option as well. Some people say Targata, Tarze, different names, but it's all in the same love, and that's just what I love about it. It's great. And I totally understand what you're saying by shopping experience. Even if you're not going to buy anything, just stroll there with your mask on and you'll be okay.
Also, I saw hats there and they were like $30-$40, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how crazy is that? But they're name brand. So, like, it's like you have Shields and you have Sportsman's Warehouse and you have Bass Pro Shop. And those hats, they were going for like $5. I was like, I don't know. I thought it was crazy.
Well, that brings me to the other thing. When you go into food stores, whether it's a healthy food store or just a traditional food store, do you personally prefer, and I prefer the name brand because it's professional, it's legit, in my opinion. But sometimes people have to go with the great value. But when it comes to great value versus, the name brand, what's your take on it? What would you prefer?
It depends on what it is, to be honest. If it's ice cream, I would prefer name brand. If it's toilet paper, I would prefer name brand. But if it's like water, I was like, I wouldn't mind the regular, knockoff brand.
Sure. But then it brings to the question about the water companies out there. How many of it actually is water? You ever think about that for a second? Like, do you know it's water?
Come again?
When it comes to the water companies, like Dasani or Nestle or any others out there, do you know if it's actually water? Like, have you ever thought about it?
We can't afford to be having these conversations here. Man.
I get it. You're in Nevada right now. It's a bad place to talk about water. I understand.
We're going to be getting those knocks at the door by the FBI, bro. They'd be like, hey, you need to shut up about that whole water conspiracy.
It's getting too, what would you say?
Too real.
Yeah. Ooh, kind of weird. Those thousands of dollars water bottle designers out there with the curves and the cracks. And it's a crazy industry.
That's like those conspiracy theorists, and they're like, what was it? If you ever go to conspiracy theorists and you say, and they ask you, do you believe that a man walked on the moon? And then what you say in reply is, do you really believe in the moon?
Whoa, it's
trippy. I don't know. I see all these conspiracy theories, and I feel like some of them are true, though.
awesome.
Like, I don't know. There was that theory that Apple was slowing down the battery life of older phones so that people would have to use the newer phones and buy the new phones, and it was true. That's actually what they were doing, and they got sued. And so there are legit conspiracy theories, but then you have the ones where it's like, oh yeah, did you know that Donald Trump is really a robot and Mark Zuckerberg is a zombie, and all this stuff? And I'm like, dude, I was like, you're pushing these like way too far, and it's like, how do you know that water is really water? How do you know that it's not clear soda? And I'm just like, dude, stop, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Here's the thing about Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. And I've taken my time. I've taken my time to study the guy. Of how
Is that so? That's a mouse.
When he was in Congress, when he's being interviewed by Congress, you notice his mannerisms. Now, yes, he's probably very antisocial. He's very, insecure about his stats. And a lot of people are, surprisingly. It would be amazing to be a pastor that's very social, what is it? Has social anxiety. Even though he preaches about God, he doesn't really show it, but he's sweating. He's sweating buckets, but he doesn't show it. And that's a really great dedication. But going back to Mr. Zuckerberg, you watch how he drinks. His ears don't wiggle. And naturally people, their ears might wiggle. Maybe they do, I don't know. But the way he drinks, the way he looks and studies things, it's very meticulous. It's just like it's rare to see that in a human being. And to see that in a human being is what I'm saying. But shout out to the guy. He made it a multi-billion-dollar industry with social media and Facebook and stuff. Great guy. I would love to play golf.
Here, Niles, are you saying Mark Zuckerberg is a robot?
Or maybe he's just not of this, you know how us Christians are not of this world. Maybe for him, that's a true statement.
That's
It's a possibility, but I've never met the guy. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
you have a better chance of meeting the guy at a Starbucks than I do because of where you live. But I don't think he'll ever go out. Like, especially
Next
with
time I meet Mark Zuckerberg, I'll pour some of that so-called water on his head, and if he starts fizzing out,
you'll know. You'll know.
I'll go on the podcast real quick and be like, "This is for you, my boy."
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, there are some conspiracy theories out there, like you're saying, that have become true, that are true. Which, but again, there's a rabbit hole. It's very easy to fall into that rabbit hole. You got to be aware. You got to be careful. Because I have family that during the 2016 election, they got into some things that maybe they shouldn't. Like social media was really new to them, and they just kind of fell into that hole of look at this and look at that, and then you look at the story, and the storyline was misspelled or word was missing. The date was obviously a 2008 when is that relevant? But yeah, it's a crazy time. It still is. But 2016 was pretty much, I think, a really uptake in those kind of things. Not so much as the water, but political wise.
It's true. I would like to see where the next election is going to take us.
How I look at it, I think it might be pretty dry. I don't know why. I mean, I know it's going to be interesting.
There's
but
no competition.
No, it's just two. And I'm going to be honest, it's two old men going for America. That's
Not even, I don't know. I feel like everything that's been set up, and it's not a political statement, but just everything that's been set up, Trump has no competition. Not because he's a good president or a bad president. There was just no publicity for the Democratic election.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, they had to, you look at the Republicans, and they were going to stick with Trump. They have stuck because there was no other candidates, right? But then you come to the Democrats. You had, Bernie. Then you had Nancy. No, not Nancy. You had Elizabeth Warren. You had all these others, and eventually they just kind of they killed themselves pretty much. They attacked each other, and they just kind of fell apart, which is unfortunate, and that happens in times. Doesn't happen on a political scheme, political statue all the time. It happens in school districts. It happens, in local churches and stuff like that. Which, it's a good example to look at. That it's good to work together. We need to work together, whether it's a church or it's a school district.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should wrap it up for the night.
Anyway, I'm gonna do one more shout out right here. So if you guys ever have any problems, doing your business, this stuff right here works wonders.
Oh, we ended off like this?
Works wonders.
Why,
They got great.
why?
All right, man. Catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys have a good day.
No, we gotta talk about that.
We gotta talk.
You can't just show laxative real quick and then expect the viewers not to go. Who's that for now?
It's not for me, I'll tell you that. It's for the other people that I'm around. But trying to get the sponsorship.
I'm in the bathroom right now, bro.
That's true, you are. Oh man. So if you guys are young and you're watching and you can't,
who's our audience? Like 60 and up? What the fudge?
If you're old or you're young and you're by yourself and you're on Amazon and you can't go, order Miralax.
2 days shipping though, that's the thing. If you can't go, you're not waiting 2 days on the toilet.
Curbside pickup, get in the Uber, drive to Walmart, drive to Target, pick that bad boy up, chug that in the back seat.
Like I said, you're still in the toilet though. You need to think ahead. Like if you just had like something heavy, like you need to know you go to Walmart before you use the restroom.
I understand. I get what you're saying. I saw the idea at the time, and I thought it would be a good thing to do. I'm just trying to help the companies out, not like the big ones that are questionable. But yeah,
that's like saying like if I was to bring out like Charmin Ultra Strong, and I'm like, hey, you guys, you know what? Final thing, real quick. Once you take that Miralax, let me show you this Charmin Ultra Strong 3-ply in case you really need to go.
Do you fold it or do you scrunch it up? That's up to you. If there's an animator watching this, I can make this into a cartoon. Please contact us. Our email is in the description. We would love to have a cartoon. It would be a good animation for those college age animators out there that are looking for. I can't pay you. We can't pay you, but we can pay you in
We
good
can
luck.
pay you in Miralax.
It's pretty quick too.
You've heard of 2-day shipping, dude. We can get you this in one.
You got to pay for the postage though. Oh man.
This, it's kind of like with the podcast. It's supposed to be like this climax of going up and up. I feel like ours is just like we're going down. Standards are lowered.
I was told by one of the reviewers, or by one of the viewers, yeah, that we jump over the place too much. We're only in our second one. Hopefully, we stay on.
But that's how it is, Like I don't know.
That's what our motto.
We're not formal people, and that they gotta be okay with that.
You invite us to weddings or whatever, we're gonna be good, but we're gonna be out there.
I hope you're not asking for a quick shout out, y'all. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm getting married. Could you speak to? I'm gonna be like, bro, we're gonna bring the Miralax. All right, we're gonna bring the Ultra Charmin, Ultra Strong. We're gonna bring Colgate. Right. We're gonna bring ice. Right? You don't have to pay us, but we're gonna still do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be photo album out there. Yeah, it's good.
Dude, what if we get sponsored by Miralax though? And we have to start wearing their merchandise.
Well, pink. I think it looks good. I mean, I haven't worn like a pink breast cancer shirt in a long time, but I think it looks.
Imagine this says Miralax.
And this kind of hat too. It'd be good. It wouldn't be dirty at all. No.
Nah, it's real clean, fast and clean. No trace whatsoever.
You remember, it's value size.
I was just about to say that.
Oh man.
All right. With that being said, I hope you all have a blessed night or day or time on the toilet. And good night, Vietnam. God bless.
God bless, guys.